Hello, my name is Andrew Baker-Kean. I work as a consultant for the professional services team at HSB CAD. And it is my pleasure today to be able to show you one of our latest products, HSB Make. HSB Make is a manufacturing enabling system, often referred to as an MES, and is designed to enable production to be able to produce the product efficiently. This video has been tailored towards designers, which I used to be one of many years ago, and show how simple it is to get the information from the design package. As designers, we're often asked to produce drawings for production. There can easily be 50 drawings excluding the roof on a simple semi-detached house. We then take a few minutes printing them, and if there isn't a scheduling team, we spend another 5-10 minutes just sorting them ready for the factory. This is all time away from what we want to do, which is design. HSB CAD has design packages on both the Revit and the AutoCAD platform. Using the exporter, which I'm opening here, we can actually project store directly from the model into HSB Make. When we use this option, you can see we have the ability to adjust the project name, or even we can go in and adjust how the model will actually be viewed on the Make side. This is great for when you've got the same drawing and you want to create multiple projects on the Make side. Once stored, you get a confirmation message and you know that the transfer was successful. This information that is transferred is the full three-dimensional model. If we now open the HSB Make product, you can see that there are 4 sections that come up by default for designers. The first is project storage, which is where we just sent our three-dimensional model. The second is the orders or production planning. We can have multiple orders from a single project. The third one is the production viewer. This actually shows us what is going on the shop floor. And the fourth section is the production history. This is where we can tell what has happened. If we go to the projects, you can see in here we've got all the projects that were stored up to this point. If we select one of the projects that we have stored, we can see that there is context-sensitive menus that appear. By clicking on the 3D viewer, we can actually see the three-dimensional model that we sent out from the design package. But this isn't just a purely simple three-dimensional model. This is actually all of the objects that you created. So we have the ability to explode with inside Make the actual design that was done. We can take the layers off, so we can remove sheathing, we can remove membranes, etc., to see just the framework. This is really useful to check what we think has gone through has actually gone through. If we double click on any project, we can go into the project and you can see all of the information that relates to that particular project, whether it be stacking information or whether it be the actual objects which were sent for production. If we go to the orders section or production planning, you can see it shows all the orders that are in the system. However, if you select a project and then go to the orders tab, it cleverly knows which orders are associated with each project and only shows you those. Again, if we select an order and double click on it and we look inside, it will show you all the items and all of the stacks that were created for that order. If we now look at the production viewer, you can see this is a very graphical display. When we click on a box on the left-hand side, we see the orders, in this case, waiting to go through production because they're at the start. Clicking on the other boxes shows us the path that items will pass through the factory. If you ever see a number, in this case 7 out of 100, and click on the box, you can see there is 7 different items that need to be processed at that point in the factory. When we look at the factory as a whole, this is only a very simple one. You can see how we can actually make things go in and out of different stations and routed in different ways. Some of these factories get to be really complicated with hundreds, if not nearly 1,000 stations. If we now look at the production history tab, we can pick any station in the factory. In this example, I'm going to pick one of the saws, and we can set a time frame to which we want to see what actually happened at that station. As you can see, every single job, which station it went through, and the run rates, etc., are all recorded, including which shifts that saw was active. When I export it out to Excel, I get all that data, which can then be utilized. So let's just summarize. HSB Make is one of those easy to use products for the design team. Single press of the button transfers all the rich data that you've created your model from over the previous weeks, months, or even longer straight into the production team. There is no need to spend time or effort on setting up individual production plots because the production team will have all the information they need from your model. On top of this, as a design team member, you will be able to actually access where your project is in production. So should the worst happen and a client comes along and says, we're changing the specification or the scope on the project, or alternatively, site report that something hasn't been built correctly and design changes are required, you know immediately whether that is actually going to cause a problem, or alternatively, you can prevent it from going through to production. Now, I've been through the very basics of what HSB Make can do. If you would like to know more, please feel free to contact our sales team at hsbcad.com, and they will be more than happy to discuss this product with you further